Hey girlies, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be doing a fall makeup look. I went more like cool toned with this look. I'm loving the vibes. It turned out so well. We're also gonna do a little glam and chat, a little girl talk together. There's been a lot of discourse around fat people, fat phobia, and it's really impacted me a lot lately, and so I just wanted to talk about it with you girlies on my YouTube channel and use my voice to just talk about my experience and be a part of this conversation. And I might have like a little tiny Ross haul for y'all, but you got to watch the whole video to get to the end to see that. So yeah, stay tuned. I don't really have any inspiration on what look I want to do today. I just know I want to I definitely want to play with some browns, but I'm not quite sure. We're just gonna have to kind of like play it by ear as we go. So I thought for today's girl talk we could talk about fat phobia. There has been a lot of discourse and conversation around fat people, plus size people right now on the internet, and I feel like I just need to like talk about it. I just need to have my voice out there. As someone who has always been plus size and who has always advocated for treatment of plus size people to be better, it's just really disheartening to hear some of the conversations that are happening right now, especially in certain comment sections, and to the point where like I feel like it's affecting my mental health, like not tremendously, but definitely feel like it's affecting it. And I think typically with like certain conversations on the internet, I tend, like, if it feels like it's bothering me too much, I tend to stay away from it or don't get, you know, too much involved in it, because people are just gonna talk, like they're gonna have their opinion in their conversation, and I can't fight every single voice out there. But yeah, it's definitely been tricky. So basically what kind of started this uproar in conversation, I mean, there's always people talking about us. It's always a thing, but lately it's been a topic of discussion because Samira, who is a plus size woman and advocate, a lot of people have been just jumping on her, She has definitely advocated and been really like strong and confident and powerful and loud about like her beliefs and feelings, and have went to, I mean, I wouldn't say extremes, I think other people would say that, but I mean, she's just using her voice and advocating for, you know, what she believes in and how she feels, and she's not afraid to call people out. She's not afraid to call celebrities out or brands. Like, she's just not afraid to do that. And there's, you know, always something being said about fat people, and she's not afraid to call that out, which is great. But for some people, people who don't identify as plus size, they feel like it's too much, like she's doing too much, like she's just too angry, she's too upset, she's too loud, she uses her voice too much. And even some bigger people in our community have also like expressed those same sort of like feelings about it. I personally don't feel like she's doing too much, just because as someone who is a plus size person who like always sees fat phobia and just like different conversations like all the time, like it always results to someone's looks or being fat or whatever, like it's nonstop, and it has always been that way in my life. To me, like her being upset about every little thing and every little comment, yeah, I mean, that's just the reality of things. Like, I think she's just trying to bring to light what we experience as big people, because every comment, every little thing always ends up being about our weight and the way we look. So that's the life that we live, and some people are not happy about it because it's the truth. Like, it's the truth of our experience. As we know, in media, in schools, you know, when you're younger, when you're older, going through different stages of your life, Like everyone has an experience of somebody making a comment on their body. And I think that's what makes like fat phobia in the conversation like extra hard for some people, is this topic, even though yes, there's a group of people in the world who are plus size and then you have people who are not, it's so different than any other sort of like group who has been, you know, discriminated against, because I feel like everyone at some point has thought about themselves in a way that maybe they weren't attractive or had some insecurities about their bodies, and that's something that everyone can like relate to, versus like, for example, you know, I'm not Muslim, and if there is a conversation around Muslim people and that is negative, like I have this detachment from that conversation because I'm not Muslim. I don't know anyone who is. My family's not. I'm not. I don't have friends who are. So I have this detachment from it, versus like the fat phobia conversation. Everyone has some sort of connection to it. And when people feel like they're being, you know, personally called out or attacked, or, you know, it's projection. Everyone is projecting. So people are really upset. I have this Essence foundation stick. Yeah, but I don't know if I want to use it. It feels so dry. I'm gonna try out this Essence foundation stick in shade 180. I don't know. Let me see if it's... Hopefully this is a good way to apply it. I've tried this before. This is not a product I haven't tried before, but I'm retrying it just because I tried the Rare Beauty foundation, which is a matte foundation, and I didn't like it at first, but I just use less powder. And I have like a different like powder routine now when I use matte foundation, and I actually can use matte foundation. Like I actually love to use it when I do a certain kind of like routine with it. So I did not really like this foundation stick because it just was like cakey and it just like wasn't what I wanted it to be. But like it gave me all the things that I usually don't like in a matte foundation. It was just like really drying. But I think if I try this new like matte foundation routine, I think I'll like it. So, because I hate to buy something and then not use it, you know. I should have probably returned it, but I used it one time and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it another try, and I haven't done it since. So it is kind of like past the time of returning it. So now I just gotta like kind of work with it, see what I can do. And I actually really like it. It's like blending this out really well. I just make sure I have like skin prep with primer, like a hydrating primer, and I use the Glow Recipe Dew Drops. And then what did I do? Oh, I use this CoverGirl Nourishing Milk setting spray. It's just, well, it's not a setting spray, it's a prime and refresh spray. So it's basically like my hydrating spray that I use to just kind of keep my face hydrated. Because typically when I hydrate my face, obviously like I'm putting something, like I'm rubbing something on my skin, but you can't do that when you already have makeup on. So a good hydrating spray is good for that. I'm gonna go in with this little, I cannot speak today. I'm gonna go in with this Rhode bronzer. This is in the shade Bake. So I thought I would share an experience that I had as a plus size person in the mall at a store. I don't mind calling the store out. This was at Alter State. This happened I think during around like the pandemic. I don't remember exactly when it happened. My memory is really bad. And I feel like I kind of like subconsciously just didn't really think too hard into the situation, just kind of moved on from it. But this did happen like during the pandemic times, like I think earlier in the pandemic times. So I was at the mall. I went to the mall because my mom needed to go to Sephora for something, to return something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. But to get to Sephora, and to get into the mall, I had to go through Alterstate. And at the time, I didn't know what Alterstate was. I never had heard of Alterstate, but I was like, oh, cute, like a cute little, like a cute new girly store. Like I was like, whatever, I don't know. I didn't really think too much into it. We walk through Alterstate to Sephora, and then when we were done, we came back through Alterstate to the car. But before we got back into the parking lot, we decided to just kind of look at some jewelry that was in the store, just kind of looking around, you know. Like I said, we had never been to Alterstate, never heard of the store. We went up to the cashier, like the register, to purchase. And I remember one of the like employees, I don't know if it was the person who was checking us out or just another employee up there, but I remember her looking at me and her saying that she recommends their sister store. So they have two different stores. At the time, she did not tell me that this other store she was recommending to me specifically was for plus size clothing, but she had just said that, you know, we have this other store, this is what it's called. She might have like a little flyer, a little like card or something for it, I can't remember, but it was online only, and she said that I would enjoy this store. And I was just like, okay. And I thought it was a little weird because I hadn't heard her recommending this store to anyone else who came up to the register, or literally anyone else. My mother, nobody. Like, it was to me. So I didn't think too much of it. I got into the car. Later on, I look up this store. Yeah, it made me feel like some sort of way because I was like, oh, I was being called out and singled out and didn't even know it, you know, until later. And it's great that like they are, you know, offering plus sizes, but they should offer plus sizes in store. For it to be a whole separate store for like fat people, I guess, I don't know. I feel weird about that. Like, why can't we just be included? Why can't I just have the clothes that you already have on the rack, just make it a bigger size? Instead, you're making a whole nother store and making like whole other outfits and whole other clothes for us. And from what I remember, I think they were ugly. Like, I think the clothes were ugly. From what I remember. I have these new Morphe blushes. These are the Cloud Light Soft Glow Diffused Blush. We have shade Wisp, which is a mid-tone rose. And then we have shade Breeze, which is a rich mauve. And Breeze was the one that like I was the most intrigued by. I had seen this shade on so many people and it looked so beautiful, so I had to have it. I love this like clear packaging. It's so chic and cute. I think this is, usually I would do like a cream blush at this point, and I think this is powder. Let me feel it. Yeah, this is powder. I'm gonna do something interesting. So I'm gonna take my cream blush brush and I'm just gonna put a little bit on there. Oh, I hope this doesn't mess anything up. Whoa. Okay. Usually I do a cream, but I really want to like test out this blush. I do like a cream underneath, you know? But I really want to test out this blush. This is so pretty. Look at that. That's so gorge. Wow. That has packed some pigment. I love this color with my skin tone. And then usually I put concealer and kind of like blur it. So let's see how that goes. But I do think it's important. Like, I do think it's important that you train your employees who are selling clothing. You are selling clothing to people. You should understand what that means. And y'all, I wasn't even looking at the clothes. I was looking at jewelry. I did not pick up the clothing. I didn't even come to an employee and say, you know, or they came to me and said, hey, do you need help with anything? And I'm like, oh, do you guys have bigger sizes? I wasn't even looking at clothing. You didn't even know that I was maybe even the market to buy clothing. What if I wasn't even looking to shop for clothing. I wasn't. I was looking at the jewelry. That just put like a bad taste in my mouth with that store, and I never shopped there after that. It's so normal to have those sort of experiences, so I didn't really even like reflect on it or like think too much into it, honestly, after that. I now was just kind of thinking about it because I had watched this YouTuber do a haul, and she had hauled some things from Alter State, and it made me think for a second. I was like, you know, I haven't really like looked into that store or bought things because I was thinking about, you know, the impression they left on me the last time I was in their store. So I did a little bit of research because I was curious kind of where they stand now with plus sizes, especially because a lot of stores are scaling back on their plus sizes in store, because being plus size is, the trend of it is over now. So a lot of stores have like cut plus sizes or just limited their inventory on plus sizing, which is really unfortunate because like we haven't disappeared. So I don't know, like the market of us has not disappeared. So I don't understand like why you guys are getting rid of your clothes. In 2025, last year, they closed down their plus size store, apparently, for an extended plus sizing range at Alter State. Like within their clothes at Alter State, there's not like a second plus size store where we were like segregated from all of the straight size skinny people. We actually have an extended range of clothes, you know, in their clothing in their store, which is great. Like, I mean, that's great for them. Apparently what I had also heard was that there was still some backlash because the inventory, the amount of like clothes that are extended in sizing is very limited compared to when they had the separate store. I'm conditioned to know certain things. Like if there was an event and I needed to get an outfit for it, I know that I would need to get it ahead of time. I need to get it now, because I can't just walk into the store, any store, knowing that they are going to have my size, whether it's, you know, in stock or just like in my size at all. For a little while on TikTok, there was the whole conversation about Ross and these cute Ross clothes, and people who never shopped at Ross and were like, oh my gosh, there's so many cute things at Ross, and oh, we're thrifting at Ross or whatever. There was like this huge thing about Ross. I love Ross. I grew up going to Ross. I remember as a little girl, like crop tops were a thing and they were becoming more of a thing. And I felt so uncomfortable wearing crop tops. Like there was no way I was gonna wear a crop top. I used to wear crop tops with a tank top underneath it, because A, I was too young, so I didn't want to like show all that skin, but B, I also like didn't have the body type to feel comfortable. Even now, like I have to squeeze into an XL. They have the junior section, and then they have like the women's section. The women's section has a plus size up to like 3X. But they're all like ugly. Like they're like grandma clothes, like I don't know, clothes I wouldn't even want my mom to wear, honestly. Like they're just like ugly patterns, ugly shapes, like just, you know, they're for older people. They're not for, you know, teenagers or 20-year-olds. Like they're not for the younger crowd. And the junior sizing, which is like the younger crowd, they only go up to an XL, which I don't understand. Like if you have plus sizes on the other side of the store for women, why can't you have plus sizes for juniors? Like I don't understand. That's where all the cute clothes are. And I try to squeeze into an XL here and there whenever I can, but most times it just doesn't fit. For a while they were doing a lot of like t-shirts, and a lot of them were like oversized, so I was able to wear a lot of the XL t-shirts because they were oversized, sometimes even large. But yeah, not anymore, not right now. I actually went to Ross yesterday and I wanted to look at the plus size clothing, just because recently there's been a lot of conversation online about, you know, us as plus size people and whether we deserve to have clothing in stores or just clothing in general that is available to us in our sizes. And so I wanted to go look in the plus size section just to kind of prove a point. I did post a TikTok of me going to the plus size section just to kind of show you like what we're working with, and it's not much. Like it's horrible. And my video blew up pretty fast. Not like a lot, but it got a lot of views for me, because I don't really get like a ton of views, like an hour or something like that. It had almost 2,000 views. So, you know, definitely people are talking about it. A lot of women in the comments, you know, a lot of plus size women agree, like this is what we have to deal with. I would love to shop at TJ Maxx. I would love to shop at Marshall's. I would love to shop at Ross for clothing. That's so cute. Like I see so many cute clothing. I don't even look in the section anymore. I don't even go look, especially TJ Maxx and Ross or Marshall's. I don't even go look. I just don't even look. I don't even try, because I'm just gonna have this FOMO of all these freaking cute clothes that I don't get to buy. I'm gonna use the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette in Ethereal Eyes. I'm gonna go into this shade. I'm just gonna put this all over my lid. To deepen this up a bit, I'm gonna go into this shade and we're gonna see what we can do. And then I'm gonna go into this deepest shade here and really just kind of put that in the corner and very lightly, slowly blend this out. Now I'm gonna take a brush with nothing on it and just kind of blend out some of these edges. So I want the inner corner to be more light. Back in with this one. And I'm gonna put that at the inner corner. I'm gonna go in with like a smaller fluffy brush and go into the lightest shade. I'm gonna put that right in the inner corner here. And then I'll just go back in with that other brush I had, just to make sure that this is like blending out nicely. Okay, I like it, but I'm feeling a little bored. So I feel like we should put a shimmer on. And I'm looking at these shimmers and they look so pretty. You know what would be interesting? See this darker shimmer shade? I wonder if I'm gonna take a small blending brush and I'm gonna go into this darker shimmer shade. Ooh, that's dark. And then I'm gonna put that. You have to be really careful with the darker shades, but I'm just gonna put that in here and see what that does. I want to take another brush and just blend that out. I like that. See what's left on this brush here. Okay. If you want more of a lighter hand with your eyeshadow, keep your hand on the bottom of the brush. If you go up here, then it's gonna be a lot heavier. So you wanna just take your time to blend. Okay, this is what we have. This one looks wet. I'm gonna go into this shade. Okay. Let's see what we can get. Look at that. Okay, I don't want to do too much, so I'm just gonna spread that out. I'm gonna blend this out a bit just because I don't want it to be too heavy. I feel like when I put sparkle on, it just kind of hides all the work that I did. So I don't want it to be too pigmented. This is pretty. What do you guys think? I'm gonna put some lashes on and I will be back. While my other lash dries so I can put that one on, we're gonna go into powder now. So I'm gonna start with a bronzing powder. This is the Haus Labs in medium 5. I feel like my last fall look I did was more like orange, and I wanted to go more like cool toned. Brown is kind of my vibe for this look. So with this matte foundation powder routine that I do, I don't put powder all over my face like setting powder. I do a powder bronzer. I take a powder blush, which I'm gonna go back in with this one. And instead of that other brush I had, I'm gonna go in with this brush here. But I'm gonna really coat that up. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's cute. That is intense though. That's a really intense color. And then now I'm going to blend out my under eyes any area that I did not put any bronzer or blush powder, I will be putting setting powder. I have a pressed powder, and I'm just gonna dust some of this off. I do like to take a pink powder and just put that here. Okay, that toned down the blush a little bit, which was good. And then I just take this brush and I'll just do all the parts that I didn't do. Oh, I need to do bronzer on my nose. I'll take whatever's left on here and just kind of press, because I don't know, I always like, my smile lines always like end up creasing. So I'm just gonna go back in with that brush, whatever's left on it for the blush, we'll just put on top. Oh, that's so pretty. Now I'm going to go back in with this refresh spray because my face is feeling dry. I'm gonna go in with this Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the hyaluronic acid. Oop. So I do participate in therapy twice a month, and I have been doing some like self-worth work. So one of the things that I actually came up with to start doing was words of affirmation, and writing those down and then putting them up on the mirror in the bathroom, saying those out loud to myself. At first, I thought it was like weird, like it felt weird to do it. Like it just feels better when someone else gives you words of affirmation rather than you just like saying it to yourself. Like this feels kind of silly. But the more I did it, the more better it felt. It just kind of reminds me every day, like my self-worth comes from me. Like it can come from me. I don't have to seek it out from other people, from men, from coworkers, from friendships, from my mother, like from other people, where I don't always feel like I may get enough of that sometimes in my life. I can just know that I can always resort to myself. I can always get that self-worth talk from myself, and I don't have to rely on other people to get that. And I feel like that has actually been working. It's been making me feel a lot better. But it is really interesting because kind of going back to this, you know, conversations that's been happening on social media about fat phobia, like it has been really triggering for me because I feel so called out by it. And I've noticed that like because of that, I have been paying attention more to my body a little bit more. And so my words of affirmations like reflect that. There's been a few affirmations where I've definitely talked about like my body and how much, you know, I'm allowed to take up space and how great my body is and what it does for me every day and how much I love my body and all those things. But yeah, sometimes it can be hard being on social media and like seeing those kinds of things and just having to know how to take care of yourself and looking at all of that. One thing I forgot to do, I was gonna put some eyeshadow on the bottom lashes, or the bottom part. I almost like it without it. Like would, you know, just put mascara on there, but like down here, but I don't know, I almost like it without it. Maybe we'll just do like a little bit. I'm going to pick up this shade and I'm just gonna put this underneath. I'm gonna go in with some brown mascara. We're gonna do some moles. Now, the most funnest part of all, the lip combo, of course. Let's start with ColourPop BFF3. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna go into Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. I think that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna try the MAC lipstick in Myth. Kind of like that. Okay, we need a gloss. So I'm gonna do the Juvia's Place Brown Sugar Lip Gloss. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that, y'all. Oh, I like that. What do we think? I'm a little afraid it might wash me out. Maybe on camera it might. But like in person, she's eating. Okay, I'm going to put on a cute little top, some jewelry, and then we'll wrap this video up. Okay, girlies, I am back. This is the finished look. I threw on this cute top that I got at Ross yesterday. Only $10, and it was in the plus size section, y'all. Isn't that crazy? It's this like tank top moment, and it comes with this cute scarf that you just kind of like throw over your neck. I've seen this kind of style recently, so I was really excited to find something like this. It has this cute like tiger print, and it's brown. I love that it's like a tank top because it's really great to wear during that like transition time into more of like the fall time, where it's like, okay, it still might be a little hot, so it's good to have the short sleeves, but it's still giving like fall. In the back it cuts off like straight, but in the front it like comes down as like a diagonal like a, I don't know, just it goes like diagonal down. Am I using that word right? It's kind of like, I don't know how to say it, but it's so cute and it's so comfortable. I do have a little bit of a Ross haul, just a little bit. Yesterday I went to Ross because I had seen on TikTok there was these really cute Snoopy sweaters that were out, and I wanted to try to find some, and I didn't find any. They didn't have a lot of clothes out, but I did want to check in the plus size section. I usually shop in the junior section, but I checked in the plus size section because I'd seen this creator on TikTok. She got a few cute pieces from the plus size section at Ross, and so I thought I would just like check it out, just because I never spend my time in that section because they always have like the most ugliest clothes. I did find some cute things, so I did find this one, and then I also found this one for $14.99, and it's very similar with like the tank top kind of moments or the short sleeves, but it's brown with these like cream beige off-white polka dots. So cute, and it fits so well. This will be worn in my next like fall look. Another item I found that I was really excited about was, okay, so a while ago I found this like decor piece. It was like a heel, and it was white with a pink bow, and I thought it was so cute because it would match my other, like I have these like candle holders. They're white with a pink bow. I got these from Burlington, but I thought like this heel was so cute because it would, you know, kind of match the theme and the idea. But I accidentally broke it. I was trying to plug in my Google Home over here, and I had it like up here, and yeah, it fell over and it broke, and I was so devastated, so sad, and I could not find another one. So I finally found another one. I found this cute heel. This is a little different color wise, like obviously it's a different shade of pink, and it's all pink instead of just the bow, but I still think it's really freaking pretty. Like it's still so just cute, girly vibes. I got it for 10 bucks. And yeah, so I'm gonna put it right up here on my vanity where I have my Hello Kitty mirror, my Bath & Body Works crystal candle holder, and then my champagne toast pink candle on top. It just like goes with the vibe. It's so cute. Last but not least, y'all, I told you I'm not getting any more purses, but I happened to just look around in Ross a little too long because I had found this beautiful purse, y'all. Look how pretty she is. She's so beautiful. This is Steve Madden. The print is like a zebra print, and look at the detail, the beading detail on the handle. She's so cute. I was like, should I take back my other bag? But I'm not gonna do it because the other bag has a lot more room, and so some bags that I buy, I use them as like my everyday bag, right? Like I use it when I go to work, when I go shopping, or when I'm gonna be gone from my home for like long periods of time. If I'm just running to like the grocery store, I'll just grab my keys, my phone, and my wallet. But sometimes when I'm not like going out, you know, for too long, or I don't know, I have a whole moment with like an outfit, then I wear a little purse. So this is gonna be that kind of moment. I can picture this with like a cute brown cardigan. Just pop this on. Oh, so cute. It is so cute. I had to. Like, there were so many purses at Ross, and I was like, oh, I should have came here. Why didn't I come here? But the Ross that's closest to me That one never has a good selection. This other Ross was a little further than me, and that one has more of a selection, but I just never think about Ross, honestly, because I never really find any things that I actually really want. I don't know. It's always like a really big hit or miss, but I hit big with this one. This one is so cute, and she was $30. I wish she was like 25, but she was 30 bucks. So worth it though. She has this big pocket up front, and then she has two little pockets here, and then a pocket with a zipper here. So cute. Oh, I love it. Okay, girlies, that is my video. I hope you loved it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my social medias at alesa.beauty. If you made it all the way to the end, put a star emoji down below. That lets me know that you are a real one. And I will see you girlies in the next one. Bye, girlies.